Hey, what's up, everybody? Time for another community discussion. Psychology, I guess. If you like the videos, like, sub, silly comment, share. Support the channel if you can. I appreciate it. Thanks. Super chat, PayPal, Patreon. Super like the video, whatever. I appreciate it if you do. Thank you. So, again, I looked at a little bit of this combo breaker and I saw Umei Show has apparently been unbanned. They were unbanned and they were allowed to enter tournaments again, and they even happened to win. And it just made me think about how, once again, just showing how evil the community is and this coddling of LGBTQ people. And how many times have I said this before? The LGBTQ have taken something that is supposed to be good and have weaponized it and have become the very thing that they say that they hate. And Umei Show just using the get out of jail for free card if you say you're an LGBTQ person. The overly radical LGBTQ have used something that's supposed to be good for complete evil. How many times have I said it, right? And they're treated like children. And I guess I've never really looked at Umei Show because it doesn't interest me. But I look at Umei Show and I'm like, Umei Show looks like a retarded kid, don't they? I guess I had never looked at them before, but when I looked at Umei Show right here in this image, of course I put in the get out of jail for free card, but the rest of the image is not altered. And I'm like, oh shit, Umei Show, they're like, did they have Down syndrome? I literally don't know. Are they retarded? So they're allowed to do. So, I mean, they couldn't pick one struggle. So they're also retarded, I guess. I don't know. I mean, literally, I don't know. They look like there's something wrong with them. You know, I don't know why, if you're LGBTQ, you're just allowed to do whatever you want and you're never held accountable. It's just crazy. And, you know, I say this as somebody that, again, look at throughout the years when I first was in the community, people actually thought that I was gay because I had so many LGBTQ friends, right? And I can tell you the LGBTQ acts like they're held down, all this kind of stuff. You know, nobody cared back in the day. There were LGBTQ people. People were gay, whatever. Ricky wasn't transgender, you know, when I was first in the community. I guess Ricky is transgender now, but, you know, being gay, homosexual, bisexual, transgender, it wasn't a big deal, right? Because people were just there to play video games, you know? Just like I use that example so many times when I first got into the community, so to speak, you know, not only did I didn't realize that I was good at games, right? You know, but also I saw a lot of black dudes, you know what I mean, beating all these cliche nerds. And I realized that, you know, what society told me that, you know, the people that are good at video games are always the most nerdy or whatever like that. I saw a lot of these more nerdy kind of people, stereotypically, they would get destroyed by the black dudes. You know what I mean? These hardcore looking black dudes, right? You know, they were the ones that were beating these nerdy kind of dudes, right? And I realized that, you know, where you came from, so to speak, didn't have anything to do with how skillful you are at a game, right? How you look, whatever like that, right? You know, if you were gay, whatever, blah, blah, nobody cared. All that mattered was if you were good at the game, right? But now, you know, the LGBTQ have just taken over. They're allowed to do whatever they want. And, you know, I do think that your skill should be the most important thing in a game, right? You know, but the fact is the LGBTQ is actually allowed to do evil things and they are never held accountable. They are allowed to be the bad guys. They're the very thing that they say that they hate. You know, like, oh, you know, we're being oppressed. They actually oppress other people, right? And they're never held accountable. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole reason that Umei Show was banned is because they actually were accusing other people of rape and assaulting other people, right? And it never happened. Is that not correct? And apparently I was reading, again, correct me if I'm wrong, feel free to put it into the comments of the video, right? The person that Umei Show was accusing of all doing this actually tried to even kill themselves, apparently, right? But oh, hey, it doesn't really matter because they're LGBTQ. Do you realize, and again, people get mad that, when I bring myself up, but of course, it's my channel. Fuck you. It's my channel, motherfucker. Of course I'm going to talk about myself. Do you realize to this day, there are still people that think that I supposedly hate LGBTQ people, all this kind of stuff? Do you realize that I am still banned from a Reddit on Guilty Gear, all this thing, a Reddit on Fighters, multiple Discords for apparently hating LGBTQ people and apparently doing all these evil things in the community that never happened? Years have gone on since people accused me of all this stuff. That how many people that accused me of this stuff, they themselves were the ones that got caught faking cancer and faking all this other stuff, bragging admitting that they lied about me and how lying about me got them popular. We've showed Discord messages of how just recently a guy even said that his whole plan was to lie about me to get popular. He even admits it in a Discord that apparently he didn't know that I was going to see because, again, I'm actually banned from a lot of these Discords, right? We show people like Charmander who basically faked their own death, right? Lied about me while faking their own seemingly inevitable death. They didn't know how much longer they're going to be alive, so don't talk about Clayton. Anyone is banned if they talk about me, right? We got people that were spreading that stuff about Lily, even though I showed Lily was the one that was sexually harassing me. I showed the messages, and guess what? People took Lily's side. Even though Lily could show no messages of me harassing them. And when I showed the messages that they were the ones harassing me, they suddenly changed their story to they had never talked to me, which makes no sense whatsoever. But I was still, they put this stigma on me that I was trying to harass a transgender person, Years and years of this stuff. People like Jay. Jay was the one posting half-naked pictures of me. Jay apparently, seemingly wanted me to have sex with him and his girlfriend. I mean, I don't know what the fuck that was about. Dennis, a weird homosexual stalker that thinks me and him were in a relationship that no one else knew about. I mean, years and years of me being harassed by LGBTQ people. Them always making a brand new story to get people to hate me. Even though so many of these people, they themselves later, guess what? Got caught faking cancer. Some of them even admitted that lying about me, they did it on purpose because they would use the LGBT to get them popular. How do you have people that admit this and they're still allowed in the community? Because guess what? They're using this LGBTQ get out of jail for free card. They're treated like children. And when I see Umei Show, he looks like a fucking retarded kid. I'm like, is he fucking retarded? I mean, he looks like a Down syndrome kid. I mean, I hate to break it to you. It must be terrible. It must be terrible to be Umei Show or something like that. I'm sure Umei Show doesn't look how they want to look. Or what was that one Guilty Gear drama? There was it's hard to even keep up. It was some guy says he's not gay, but then there was the guy that became a girl and he's like, the ass is fat. And there was he was grabbing my thighs because once I became a girl, he talked about how feminine I am and how fat my ass is. And I looked at the picture and it was just absolute, I don't know, just admit you're gay, dude. There's nothing feminine. He looks like a dude. I mean, I don't know. Especially, it's terrible that, this coddling and treating all the LGBTQ members constantly treated like children despite doing evil. And they're never held accountable. Umei Show unbanned. I just think that, God, I'm still banned from stuff, even though the only people that admitted that it never happened and they did it. I mean, that's pretty fucking weird, dude. Right? I don't know, man. Again, I'm the person that back in the day, people thought that I was gay. I was friends with so many of these people. Little did I know that, oh God, apparently they hate me because I didn't have sex with them. Jesus Christ. Shit is fucking weird, dude. I don't know, man. Just is it's such a it sets such bad precedents over. It can't even be a precedent because it's happened so many times now. It's just a vicious cycle of just complete evil, coddling, and Umei Show. I don't know, is Umei Show retarded? I guess unfortunately they couldn't pick a struggle. They're retarded and they're LGBTQ. You know, Jesus Christ. I guess you can't. You know, what else are they going to do besides play video games? I don't know. But, you know, even I've said that before, you know, something that people don't want to admit is cis, quotation marks, cis. Sounds so retarded even to say, quotation marks, cisgender people have insecurities too. I'm not the kind of person I want to be. I don't like how I look, right? But I don't take that out on other people. I don't lie about other people because of it, right? And the whole Bridget thing is just so ridiculous. God, it's man. Just everything about Strive. Strive sets such a bad precedent that Strive has, unfortunately, you know, made money because it shows that, you know, coddling to a certain demographic, you know, is profitable, right? But it also, as we've seen, saying that you're part of a certain demographic, you're allowed to just do evil stuff. You're allowed to be a terrible person. So you could say that Umei Show is LGBTQ, is retarded, but is evil. And they are rewarded for it. And that is such a, it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing that people have used something that's supposed to be for good for evil. And they just seemingly will never be held responsible. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel if you can. Appreciate it. Thanks. The end.